create digital products that you can actually, make some money from.
Okay.
We're talking eBooks, templates, guides, all that good stuff. And the material you sent over, this transcript from the AI Money podcast, that seems like a great starting point to kind of break this whole process down.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's really fascinating when you start thinking about it. You've got this tool that's designed to help you organize your own thoughts, and then you realize, hey, I can actually use this to create something valuable for other people. NotebookLM is really good at structuring information, and also helping you come up with new ideas, which are both essential when you're building any kind of digital product you want to sell.
So the transcript we're looking at kind of breaks things down into phases. And the first one is brainstorming,
Right.
which makes sense.
Yeah.
You've got to start somewhere.
Right.
And it seems like NotebookLM can be a huge help here. So like imagine you've got this idea, bouncing around in your head. You can just put those initial thoughts into NotebookLM, start categorizing them. And then get this, the AI can actually give you suggestions on how to expand on those ideas.
Yeah.
That's got to be super helpful for building like a solid outline for an ebook or maybe even like some training material.
Absolutely. It's like a cure for that blank page syndrome.
Yeah.
When you're just sitting there staring at the screen, not knowing where to begin. The AI can act like a brainstorming partner almost, suggesting related ideas or different angles you might not have thought of right away. And that structured approach can save you so much time in those early stages.
Right. So you can really focus on, what you want to deliver, like the core value.
Exactly.
Okay, so then we move on to the actual content creation and getting everything organized.
Right.
The transcript talks about this outlining feature in NotebookLM, which seems really useful. So say you're working on an ebook. You can actually start building your chapter structure right there within the tool. And then here's where it gets even more interesting. You can use these things called AI prompts within NotebookLM.
Prompts, yeah.
They're basically instructions you give to the AI to help it generate text or to kind of flesh out the points you've got in your outline.
Yeah, it's really cool how it can speed up that whole initial drafting process. So say you have a section in your outline about, the benefits of whatever your topic is.
Right.
Right? You can actually prompt NotebookLM to generate a few paragraphs on that topic based on what you've already put in your notes or even on any source material you've given it. It gives you a really solid starting point that you can then build on with your own expertise and, your unique perspective.
Right. So it's not about letting the AI write the whole thing. It's more like a jump start.
Exactly.
Okay. So now you've got your content. You've got to organize all within NotebookLM. What are your options for actually getting it out there into the world?
Right.
Well, the transcript mentions that you can export your work as a PDF or a Word document, which is essential, right? Because then you can do all the finishing touches, add your branding design, a nice cover, and then get it ready to actually sell.
Yeah. Those standard formats are key for making sure that your product is easy to share and that it'll work on all those different online selling platforms.
And speaking of which, the transcript mentions a few popular ones like Gumroad, Shopify. You could even sell it directly from your own website if you wanted to.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And I guess you'd want to choose the platform that best reaches your target audience, right?
Exactly. You got to go where your people are.
Okay, so here's a little pro tip from the AI Money podcast transcript. They suggested thinking about bundling your digital products together. So you're offering more value to your customers. Or you could even create like a membership where people get access to a collection of your resources.
Oh, that's a good idea.
I mean, that seems like a smart way to potentially increase your income, right?
Definitely. If you're thinking about building a sustainable business, offering bundles or memberships can be a really good way to create recurring revenue. And it also helps you build stronger relationships with your audience. It's about providing value over the long term rather than just, a one-time transaction.
And that brings us to branding, which the transcript emphasizes is super important.
Absolutely.
Because even though AI is helping you create the product, your brand is still what makes it stand out, in this crowded marketplace.
It is. It's like you were saying earlier, your unique perspective, your voice. That's what people connect with. That's what builds trust. Even in a world where AI is becoming more and more common in content creation.
So for anyone listening, this deep dive has really highlighted how something like Google's NotebookLM, which you might think of as just a note-taking tool, can actually be a powerful way to create and sell digital products.
Yeah, and that brings us to a final thought for you to consider. What knowledge or skills do you have that you could turn into a digital product, something you could share with the world? And how could you see yourself using a tool like NotebookLM to bring that idea to life?
Definitely something to think about.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining this deep dive.
My pleasure.